Got an article here that was just given to me. I've actually already heard about this, and I was going to cover it in the next Jericho report, but I think it needs a dedicated video made about it. I've already made a video about this missing FBI agent, Special Agent Stephen Ivens, but I want to appeal to the FBI and the DHS and the CIA and the NSA and whoever else from the government watches our videos, including the Secret Service evidently watches our videos because one of our fellow YouTubers recently got a visit from them. You know, we still have no information as to what happened to this missing FBI agent out in LA. And I want to call on you guys to take another look at it. Somebody just sent me this article. It's from the EU Times. I don't know the validity of this story, if any of it's even true. But this article suggests that Stephen Ivens approached a Russian envoy in San Francisco on May 11, 2012, with another former FBI agent, and uncovered evidence of an impending terror attack on U.S. soil, stating that those behind the attack were all insane. This article goes on for a while. I'll link it below, as well as I'll link below my first video that I did on this topic. But I want to ask anybody from law enforcement that watches my videos, or anybody that has anything to do with the government, please figure out what happened to this FBI agent. Because if this is true, if he was about to uncover evidence of an impending false flag, it's my opinion that 9/11 was an inside job, and there are people that knew about it. Any FBI agents out there can't honestly tell me that they read the 9/11 Commission report and they agree with everything in that report. That's bullcrap, man. Now, you might not be able to say that publicly because, you got a job and all this, but come on, man. Have you ever went back and looked at it? Have you looked at the official story of that day? And gone over all of the conspiracy nonsense, as you would call it, and tried to make any connections? Some of you have. I know you have to have at least raised an eyebrow as to what exactly happened that day. And if this FBI agent knew something was about to happen and tried to tell somebody, then it's your, what you guys, law enforcement's a brotherhood, right? You guys gotta look into this, man. You gotta figure out what happened to this FBI agent. The official story is, well, he was possibly suicidal and possibly ran into the woods, possibly had his service weapon. Nobody can tell us why he was possibly suicidal. I've never heard that yet. I haven't heard anything else about this story, actually. I wonder why that is. How often is it that an FBI agent goes missing like this? When's the last guy? Do a Google search. Somebody tell me when the last time some sort of bizarre story like this even happened. These guys just don't go, come on. These are federal agents, man. You guys out there in the government, take another look at it. If anybody out there has information about some sort of event about to take place, you gotta do the right thing, man. Even if it means you come up missing, you're just gonna let the shit happen. I'm gonna do a Jericho report later in the week. I got enough stuff to do 2 Jericho reports with all of the World War III drums that are beaten. Iran says this, China says that, Russia and China says this, Syria said that. Syria just kicked out all of frickin' Western diplomats or some crap. Same thing we did to them last week. All over the world. And you guys can't see the fucking the war drums beating. There's gonna be. It's just my speculation. Just the way I see things playing out, because the debt clock is approaching $16 trillion. Man, I've said this before, it's not just going to keep going up into infinity. There's going to be some sort of event. I don't know what that event is. I don't have the resources that you have. I'm just some guy on frickin' YouTube, man. All I can do is look up stuff on the internet. You guys, man, the investigators, you guys, you know, are the ones that are going to have to do something. You're going to have to look into this stuff. Yeah, okay, maybe everybody on YouTube's crazy and everything is just fine and the world is fine and everything's going on great. But what if we're not crazy, man? Have you considered that? These FBI, are these Secret Service agents that went and interviewed Lone Star. I got freaking Lone Star's great, man. The whole time they're interviewing him, he's trying to school them on what the freaking real issue is. People are screaming it left and right, man. Thousands of people from all over the freaking world are screaming it. There's something very wrong, man. FBI agents can see it, I'm sure. At least I think this guy could. Again, that's speculation. I don't know if there's any truth to this story. Maybe the guy was freaking suicidal and ran off into the woods. I don't know. I don't buy that, but I don't know. I don't know anything, man. I'm just some guy sitting here. I'm nothing. I don't have any sort of freaking inside information. But I want to appeal to the freaking FBI and the CIA and the DHS and the fucking NSA and everybody else in the government watching YouTube videos, because us YouTubers, well, we're so dangerous, you know. Come on, man. This is a guy you called your brother. You got to at least look into what the hell's going on. What happened to this FBI agent, man? What happened to him? Man, if I had the money and the resources to go investigate this, I would do it myself. If I had unlimited resources, we'd go figure out what happened. But I don't have those kind of resources. You guys do. Whose authority do you need to launch an investigation about anything you want to launch an investigation about? Does it have to come from your bosses? Or can you take it upon yourself to investigate an issue, even on your off time? You guys don't work 24 hours a day. Take a personal interest in it. This is a guy you called your brother. Don't you want to know what happened to him? I know his wife would like to know what happened to him. You got to keep in mind that the mainstream media is controlled by the same bastards, at least in my opinion, who pulled off 9/11. You know, the banksters. They own and control all of it. And you got people like me and all kinds of thousands of other people out here screaming at you that something's wrong. But, you know, the great thing about them controlling it all is all they have to say, well, these guys are all nut jobs. And the whole world believes them. When all we are is just people that can see a frickin' problem, and we're trying to say something like, look, investigate this. What's going on with this? Are we really conspiracy theorists? Are we really crazy? Have you ever considered that we're not? Have you ever taken 2 seconds of your day and just looked at some of the stuff? You guys have an obligation to figure out what happened to this FBI agent, man. Special Agent Stephen Ivens went missing back in the beginning of May. Here we are, June 6, 2012. No answers. Nobody's heard anything. Now this story comes about that he may have possibly been trying to leak information about something that's about to happen. And just put yourself in the mind frame for a second. I know it's hard to step outside of that box, but put yourself in the mind frame that something does actually happen, and people were trying to ask you to please investigate what's going on, and you didn't, and this something happened. You just let it happen, man. Well, after it happens, it's too late. It's over with, you know. Damage is done. Of course, this is just my opinion. If there's going to be a false flag event, it's going to be something that just 9/11 is going to look like nothing compared to what all you got to do is look around the world. The signs are everywhere. Here we are coming up on that date again. June 21st, June 22nd, Operation Blackjack. Didn't give a year. Gave that date. Look where we are right now, man. Every day it's something new. Every day somebody's... I mean... Everybody just going to keep talking forever? Or do you think eventually somebody's going to push a button somewhere? I mean, you got to think about this. Because if you're sitting here listening to my voice right now and you just said, that guy's crazy, and then some event happens somewhere, you can be like, well, shit, I should have investigated that when I had the chance. Don't have the chance anymore. The mainframe's gone. The internet's gone. It's all going to be freaking wiped out. Yeah, maybe that's just crazy talk. Maybe it never happens, and that would be great. Then Make Electric just made a silly video about some event that never happened. I can live with that. Can you live with not investigating something if it happened and you had a chance to look at it? Can you live with yourself? Can you live with yourself, man? Find out what happened to this FBI agent, man. Please. Find this guy. Find out what happened to him. This is a man you called your brother. Don't you owe him that much? Do it for his wife. She wants to know where he's at. She wants a little closure. Or you just have a job to do and you're going to do your job. And you're not going to look that way. Well, man, I beg of you to just look into it. Find out what happened to this guy. Find what happened to this guy. He didn't just walk into the woods and shoot himself. Come on, man. Even if he did, okay, where's the body? Haven't heard anything else about this story. At least take a look at it. Take another look at it. Where is this FBI agent? Where is Special Agent Stephen Ivens? Where is he? What happened to him? You owe it to the guy to look into it. You know you do. Do the right thing.